Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. In today's video, I wanted to talk about why it actually is important to prove that Bigfoot exists. You'll hear this in the Bigfoot community all the time. You'll hear people say, I don't need to prove Bigfoot exists to the world. I just want to prove it to myself. Or you'll hear, I know Bigfoot exists because I saw it and I don't need to prove it to anybody. That's all that matters is that I saw it. You hear this time and time again. Now, I guess this doesn't really matter if Bigfoot does turn out to be a supernatural being, something, that exists beyond our perception for the most part. But if in fact Sasquatch does turn out to be just a flesh and blood creature, it is important to prove that it exists in order to protect it and to put, certain plans and protection in place to preserve it as long as possible. Just like how there's wildlife sanctuaries, in Africa, in national parks to protect the wildlife. Now, this isn't a debate on whether Sasquatch is supernatural or flesh and blood. It could be either. We don't know for a fact what it is. But if it is flesh and blood, then why wouldn't it be important to protect it? You have to prove that it exists to protect it. They're not going to go and protect Sasquatch if they don't think it exists. Now, a lot of people will also say, well, they know Bigfoot exists and they're covering it up. That also has not been proven. Those claims come from anecdotes. There's no actual evidence or documents or anything backing that up. And I don't know anybody personally who has seen government people out in the wilderness trying to cover up Sasquatch. I've talked about the Bigfoot government cover-up thing many times. I mean, yes, of course it is possible. Anything's possible. But if a group of people, of regular people like you and me, can go out and prove that Bigfoot exists to people, bypassing the government, basically, we go out, we get some footage of it, really good footage. Maybe we do eventually find a body and we have enough evidence to actually prove that it exists, and we put it all online and present it to the world without taking it obviously to the government first. You just put it out there on the internet and get it out there so it gains interest, gains media attention, and before you know it, it's accepted, hopefully, by society and by science and by the government. Get it out on as many platforms as you can. If you can film a Sasquatch, if you can get definitive proof of some kind, if you do get a body, get it out there onto social media before, taking it to Fish and Wildlife. I don't know, I think that's important just to, kind of try and avoid the whole government cover-up thing, if that is an issue. Like I said, I mean, I haven't seen any evidence of it, but it could be possible that is going on. But that's why it's important for us to prove Bigfoot exists, if it is flesh and blood. All of us people here on YouTube and on Facebook and all these Bigfoot groups, everyone going out into the wilderness to try and, gather evidence of Sasquatch and trying to film it, it's up to us to prove it and protect it. So, I mean, I hope all of you watching would like to see Bigfoot protected if it is flesh and blood, So if you believe Bigfoot exists and you think it's flesh and blood, it's kind of like it's not really a good move to just say that you don't need it to be proven, because, it could be something that is extremely rare. Maybe it's on the brink of extinction. Sasquatch could be on the brink of extinction. They're so elusive, there's so few of them. It could be something very similar to like the mountain gorilla, which not that long ago, I think there was only around 600 specimens of mountain gorilla. Now the numbers are a little bit higher, but they were so close to being completely decimated. And things were put in place, programs were put in place to protect them and to help them survive and help their populations grow. So I feel like the same thing should be done with Sasquatch, and like mountain gorillas, we all know were, thought to not be a reality all those years ago, back in the 1800s. They were just kind of speculated and thought to be a legendary beast similar to the Sasquatch. So, mountain gorilla was discovered and proven to be a reality, and unfortunately, when that first happened, I mean, they were quite a few of them were eliminated and hunted down and poached. But now as human beings have become more compassionate towards wildlife that are dwindling, we've put plans in place to protect them and to actually support that species and to let it live and to let it continue on this planet. So we should do that with the Sasquatch. If it is flesh and blood, we don't want it to go extinct. We don't want it to disappear. We should do what we can to prove it exists so we can protect it and, let it live on this planet. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of rambling on now, but I hope you guys feel the same way. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you think, yeah, we should prove it. You're making some good points there, Justin. Let me know in the comments. If you think, it's supernatural, that's great. Like, I'm totally open to that. You guys know I've been investigating that as well. And how are you going to really prove it's supernatural? And also, like, do you really need to protect something that is supernatural? Probably not. But if it is just a flesh and blood creature that has evolved in a certain way to allow it to give off the appearance of having supernatural traits, then it should be something that we seek to protect. And in order to do that, we got to prove it exists. So that's all I have for today's video. If you want to support Mountain Beast Mysteries, you can do so at the GoFundMe link down below. It's where we take general donations to the channel. You can also do so through the PayPal link on the main channel page in the top right. Every donation helps to keep making these videos and bringing you this content on a regular basis. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Mountain Beast Mysteries.
It seems to be a primate, which includes both apes and humans. And I used to be, I would say, insistent on it being an upright great ape, but I thought that was a really good hypothesis. But that seems to repel a lot of investigators who say, oh, no, this is no ape, this is definitely human. Well, rather than get bogged down in that distinction at this point, I like to just say, well, it's a primate, which includes everything, or even an anthropoid, that sort of thing, apes and humans, something like that.